We met at college, and I went into the Brown cafeteria at Western Carolina College in Cullowhee, North Carolina. And when I walked up with my friend to this table to sit down to eat, there was this lady there, young lady, and she had this most beautiful smile.
I'm glad you said young.
Yes, beautiful young lady. And had this smile, and I mean, it hit me. I mean, and I was a very shy person at that age. And so later, I called her and asked her for a date.
First date was sitting for 2 or 3 hours at Lake Linville, just talking.
Yes.
And at the end of that 2 hours, he was getting ready to take me back to school, and he said, "I'm going to marry you one day."
One day I'm going to marry you.
So that was on our first date.
That was the first date.
One thing in marriage that we've learned through the years, don't keep secrets from each other, because you're both going to mess up in sometimes very serious ways. And I had a dream, and I won't go into all the dream was, but I told a friend of ours who we respected and loved for his hearing God, and he said, "I believe God is saying for you to come clean with one another." And I knew he was right. So that night after he left, we got 3 kids to bed, and then we went in our bedroom and we sat on the bed, and anything that we thought was standing in our way or maybe dividing us in any way, we shared it.
James chapter 5, confess your sins one to another.
That's true.
It's sins if you do the root
and
check.
So
that.
anyhow,
not
we
faults.
Just got it all
sins.
out, and for better or for worse, we cried in each other's arms. And that night, we were healed. I know it sounds like we had to walk it out, but we didn't. It was like, it's okay, because we have nothing dividing us now.
No, and we could not.
Darkness, no
God
nothing.
could not have called us into the ministry with a faulty foundation.
Right.
So he had to get the foundation right before he could build the ministry.
Yeah.
What else do y'all recommend that couples who are thinking about getting married and starting a family and a life together? What do you recommend that they do? How they go about that situation? How they talk to God to make sure that they are making the right decision?
Well, yeah, one thing is that I know I was praying, and the day of our wedding, I felt grieved that the Lord was saying, wait, and I did not honor God, and we went through with the marriage, which we knew we both loved one another greatly, but I think God had his plan for us to be on the same page spiritually before, but we prayed so much. I prayed. I learned prayer through the first years of our marriage, but he forgave us, forgave me, and then we had to have a lot of grace. You have to have a lot of grace with your partner. We could not be married 56 years. If you got to forgive quickly, because sometimes
God,
I'm busy or I'm going through not feeling well, and he'd says something harshly, or maybe he didn't mean it that harsh, or maybe he did. But you got to be willing to forgive. Give them a lot of grace. And just keep your mouth shut. A lot of times I had to learn that, and maybe I had to learn it more than you. I don't know.
Well, I don't know, darling. Maybe I still haven't learned it. What do you think?